Radio check. Lovely, it works. Just wait for the bot to ping and then we're good. Alright, welcome to qualifying for Tier 3 here at Zandvoort in the F1WL Championship. We're looking at a nice and sunny Zandvoort this week. It's been sunny all season long, I feel like. I don't know if we've had any rain races. The grid is looking a little bit small today because we have got a lot of illness going around. So, a speedy recovery to anyone who's feeling the effects of that. We'll go on board with Matic, who is the first to jump out of the pit lane. He's trailing the championship by 1 point on my sheet. Could have changed a little bit after the Belgian Grand Prix because they have not been updated yet. But, yeah, so it's very close at the top. Matic trailing by 1 point and Harry being the championship leader, the man in the Haas. Zandvoort, of course, very, very nice track, but is very notorious for people spinning, and especially in qualifying. These curbs are absolute killers. The tyres will be very, very warm come the end of the lap. And if you touch any of these curves, it is an immediate spin. So a lot of drivers will be spinning, I reckon, and a lot of yellow flags will be coming out in this session. But yeah, first car to set a lap time is going to be AlphaTauri. Who is trying to chase down a good position here. He needs it for the championship battle that he is currently in. As it stands for constructors, he's also battling for P1 in the constructors, along with his teammate Ironlaw Gamer, and they trail Haas by 20 points. Anyway, here we go then. Matic is going to start his first lap, going into the Tarzan corner, into turn 1. All the track on the outside, not touching the curb, because again it's auto spin, and same on the outside as he makes his way through this kink. Very easy to spin through here, keeps it nice and planted as he makes his way through the banked left-hander. Again, very difficult exit, but he looks pretty planted with that AlphaTauri as he makes his way through this lovely section and now into the fast right-hander. Purple sector 1, of course, as his first car out on track, and he's got an Alfa Romeo in his way, and that's going to block him severely. That is. Oh, and they don't get out of the way, and that's a penalty for Danny Boy. Yeah, that was a very bad block from him. We'll go on board now with one of the Aston Martins, I believe. Yeah, purple in sector 1, so he's beaten Matic's time as RCN Jimmy 2-time makes his way through these fast right-handers. Tyres are absolutely screaming through here as the Aston Martin makes his way through. His teammate Manx Joy is just ahead of him. Of course, Manx Joy, the Tier 4 race winner around this track, did a very good job yesterday evening in Tier 4. Took the win, and now he's looking for success in Tier 3. Matic sets the fastest lap, but that is not a representative lap time after he made some contact with Danny Boy. Anyway, RCN Jimmy making his way through the final corner, not using all the track on the exit he could have, all the way flat through this banking, then getting a lovely slipstream from his teammate down the main straight. Manshaw across the line goes P1, and then RCN Jimmy tops the timesheets by around 0.8 of a second. Now looking at Neon Cat, no, High Caliber, but he's just crossed the line. We'll look at Dan Super, another driver who should be doing a little bit better than he is. We need Matic to get another invite because there's been a mistake there, I think. I don't think he was supposed to leave. Anyway, Dan Super now making his way through those fast right-handers. Looking all pretty neat and tidy, hitting the apexes very nicely is Dan Super, making his way through the final corner of the second sector. All looks pretty okay as he opens the DRS to make his way through the right-left chicane, which is notorious for ending up in the gravel traps. But Dan Super looked pretty hooked up on this lap. We need Matic to get another invite though, as Dan Super comes across the final corner using all that curb. That curb is notorious for spinning people round, but he's done so successfully. We're going to ask Luigi to... There we go. Dan Super tops the time sheets by 300ths of a second. Very close at the top. As we see AlphaTauri going slow. Possuman, another good driver here. As he makes his way through the third sector now. Just finished the second sector in the Williams. Very nice. Look, oh, he's got wing damage. He will not be on the lap. He's made contact with something or someone. Not entirely sure what's happened there. Danny Boy also not on the lap. And neither is Iron Law Gamer, who also has front wing damage. Kuka Malakis is on a lap though, as he makes his way across the final corner and then up. And well, no, he stays in P4. I guess he's doing another lap now. Oh, taking a lot of curb. Michael jumps up into P3 as well. That is not bad for the Mercedes driver. Ex-Tier 2 driver, of course, but then got moved down because he was struggling a little bit too much in Tier 2. So moved down to Tier 3. And he's loving life at the moment with a couple of podiums, a couple of P4 finishes as well. Yeah, he's doing pretty well for himself in this tier. We'll go on board with Neon Cat, a driver who has a lot of raw pace, struggles to keep it on track occasionally though, but makes his way through Sector 1 and is purple, so not a bad first sector, but I believe he's back. Oh no, his ERS is just really low, which we see a lot with Tier 3 drivers. For some reason they go for several laps, even though the tyres will not be up to par. But anyway, we move. Neon Cat looking nice through second sector. Doesn't go purple through there though. A 50.9 middle sector split. Could be worse, could be better, but you might get a lovely little slipstream from that Alpine, which he's closely following behind. If he does, it won't be a big difference as he's going to run out of ERS here, and it's really going to hamper him down the main straight. Where's this going to put him? It's going to put him P8, but we know he can do better. As championship leader, Harry goes purple in the middle sector. So this is looking like a promising lap for the Haas driver who needs a good qualifying, especially around Zandvoort. This track is known for its qualifying positions. And there we go. Harry goes P3. At the moment, not too many laps going on, I believe. We've got a couple of people on out laps. Yellow flags for Mikhail. Yeah, it might have been for Mikhail. Maybe a little bit of a mistake on this out lap, but should be all good now. Is any car on an actual lap? No, the closest car is going to be, I believe, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy is the next car to set a lap. Right, here we go then. Jimmy lining up to make, hopefully, a pole position setting lap time. Here we go then. What am I saying? Through the final corner, opens the DRS and heads his way down into the Tarzan corner, into turn 1 he goes then, brakes very late and gets the car turned in very nicely in third gear. Gets the traction going as well as he makes his way through the kink and then into the right-hander. Looks very neat and tidy from the Aston Martin driver. Aston Martin, of course, not doing very great after recent success in seasons 2 and 3. But he makes his way through the first sector. What's it going to be? He's going to go purple in the middle sector. He's 1.2 tenths up as he makes his way through these very tricky right-handers. Taking a lot of curb there and again could unsettle the car, but he's kept the car in good condition as he makes his way through the final 2 corners of the second sector. It's looking like a very good lap. Third sector now pushing through as he makes his way into the chicane, which is where he could make or break a lot of time. Where has he gone? Oh, he's gone 800ths up, meaning he's lost a little bit of time. Oh, and he mounts those curbs very highly, and that could cost him a lot of time. over the grass as well through the second to last corner as he makes his way now. The only banked corner, the second bank corner at this track. He's run out of ERS, and that's not going to do him any favours time-wise, but he still tops the timesheet. 2.5 improvement. Very good as we see Dan Super in the barriers, I believe. High caliber up to P3. Very strong lap time for... Oh, Mikhail just pips him by 0.04 of a second. And that is very impressive stuff from the Mercedes driver. We'll look on board now with Kulkumalakis, P6. It's a pretty good performance right now. Oh, he's just starting a lap, actually. My apologies. Yeah, we'll go on board with as he makes his way through the final corner to start his lap now. He's forgot to turn on his ERS. He's had a bit of a stinker now. Oh, well. Anyway, Danny Boy, also a driver to look out on. Had a lot of good performances in the past. A little bit of a... I can't remember what his performances was last week. I don't think it was too promising. As he rounds the final corner, he's going to cross the line. What's this going to put him? It's going to stay P11, so not ideal for the Alfa Romeo. And now we've got Matic, who needs a good lap. He's a second up, and that will put him absolutely nowhere as of right now. But he might find some time in the final sector. He's got 2 more corners to navigate, one of them being completely flat. Oh, it takes all the curve through there. Doesn't unsettle the car, luckily for him. The 95 driver for AlphaTauri, he's going to cross the line to salvage his championship hopes. And it goes P2. Fantastic lap time. Less than 400 in it at the top. This is turning out to be a fantastic qualifying from Tier 3. It's been absolutely brilliant, as we see in Alpine. In the barriers there, a little bit unfortunate. But Arnold Gamer, I believe he's just finished his lap. Yeah, he has. Kulkumalaka is the driver who's just ended up in the wall. And Danny Boy might be going again. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, no, he's not. Possuman now. Needing a good lap, as he's already, I think, backed out. Unless I'm wrong. But as he makes his way through these banked left-hander, it's so heavily banked. We in the F1 game, the alternate line, which they don't use in real life, is actually the quicker one to minimize the track distance that you're driving. In real life, they of course they take the high route and they get a fantastic exit, but no, not in this game. It's crucial to minimize track distance in this arcade-like game, I'd say. I mean, we've seen better simulation games, but we all love F122. Not really. Nobody loves F122, but Possuman, is he on the lap or not? We'll see by the middle split delta. Doesn't look like it. No, he's definitely not. Unless he's having an absolute stinker, which I don't think he is. No, he's definitely not pushing. Kulkumalakis is only 0.2 down, so he might find something in the final sector if he made a mistake previously. This is probably the hardest corner in the whole track. I'd say the last corner is so difficult to get right. You've got to turn in early, but okay, there we go. He pits. You've got to turn in early, but you can't turn in too early because then you hit the inside curb, you spin. If you turn in too late, you hit the outside curb, you spin. So yeah. But Manx Joy, we'll go on board with Neon Cat because he's got a bit of a slipstream here from Manx Joy. Could gain him a little bit of time. But Manx Joy currently in P10 and Neon Cat currently in P11. So they'll definitely be scrapping over these positions. And driving behind someone or driving in front of someone is a good indicator of who the quicker driver is. If you see him closing up, then of course it means he's the quicker driver. But Neon Cat, we're going to go on board with him through these fast right-handers. We'll see how he takes them. 5th gear. Oh, can't really get the rotation in. It's a lot of understeer for the Red Bull driver. Oh, he hits that apex very well, and he goes onto the grass, and that's not going to do him any favours. We'll go on board now with Manx Joy. Hopefully he's having a little bit of a better time as he makes his way through the final corner in Sector 2. Let's see what his middle sector split is. He's 5.5 up, and he actually goes purple through the middle sector. This should put him around P7, around where the championship leader is, which is Harry. So we'll see how he does it as he goes through the final corner in 5th gear. Stamps it on the throttle now. DRS open. Where's this going to put the Aston Martin driver? He goes to P4. Brilliant lap time for Manx Joy as Neon Cat has retired. Okay, interesting. But other than that, I don't think there's any people on laps, unless Matic is currently on an out lap. So he's gone out very early, he has. But hopefully, he's probably just trying to avoid all the traffic, because this track can be terrible with traffic, as Matic experienced in the opening lap, where he got blocked by Danny Boy a little bit. But there, here we go, final corner now. He's got to get a good exit here to maximise the speed he's got coming down this straight, and maximise the speed he's got going into turn 1. Braking then for turn 1, not really using any trail braking, just smashing the brake pedal. But he's got ABS on, of course, making his way through these very tricky sequence of corners. Does pretty well, though. His car, once again, looks very planted, and we'll go on board with him through here. This is a very nice little section. It's all flat, of course, but still a little bit quite satisfying. And he's 500ths up, which would provisionally be enough to get him. Oh, he's invalidated. Oh, Matic has just gone wide, a couple of centimetres in it, and he's invalidated. So now he needs to recharge that ERS, and he needs to go again. I don't know if he's going to have enough ERS and fuel to go, but we'll see how he does it. Anybody else on a lap? No, Manx Joy comes into the pit lane, and we'll go on board with Harry, who's now just starting a competitive lap. So, yeah, we'll see how he does. The championship leader, of course, he needs a better lap. P8 will definitely not be good enough, especially if Matic is starting P2. So here we go then. Harry, not using any trail braking either, as he used 4th gear instead of 3rd, which is what Matic uses, to make his way through this very nice sequence of corners. He looks very quick through here, definitely better than what Matic was doing. His apex speed and his exit speed was absolutely phenomenal as he makes his way through the first sector. Then that should be the first sector completely done. And how much is he up by? He's 4/10 up. That's a brilliant start to the lap from Harry. And this would put him around P3. But there's more time to be found, I reckon, from the Haas driver. He just can't make any mistakes here. The pressure is definitely on as we approach the end part of the championship and the end part of the season. The pressure is definitely starting to build. Might be a little bit of team orders as well from both teams. But now Harry across the second sector, he's 4.5 up. He could be a challenger for pole position if he gets the third sector right. We'll wait and see. Only got one more real corner to go, which he can make a mistake on. Is he going to make a mistake? No, he looks very hooked up through there, carrying a lot of speed as he makes his way through the banked corner now, trying to get as good as possible of exits. And then he opens the DRS, goes into 8th gear. Where's this going to put him? He is going to go pole position by 1/10.5. Brilliant lap time from Harry, and that is his qualifying over. We wait to see if Matic can get another lap, and it's going to be very close between him and the line. High Caliber's gone for a spin. Hopefully not any wing damage for the Red Bull driver. He's had a bit of a difficult season with luck and just outright performances, so he will be hoping to make a little bit more impressions for the Red Bull team. Currently down in P6, not the target they were looking for, unfortunately. But their sister team, AlphaTauri, is chasing down that championship. Iron Law Gamer, he's not had a competitive lap time. So his qualifying is basically over, I'd say. We're going to go look on... Oh, somebody's in the wall. Oh, it's High Caliber again, and he's in the gravel. We'll go on board now with Matic, because this is the lap that matters. It's Matic, Harry, and Jimmy who are fighting it out for pole, it seems. And we're expecting a little bit better from Mikhail as well. We know how quick he is. We know he used to be a tier 2 driver. We know he's capable of some pretty quick qualifying laps. Matic, is he going to have enough time in the bank to set another lap? He's come out for brand new, fresh, soft compounded tyres. As he opens the DRS, he's got 10 seconds left on the clock. He should make it. There we go, with 7 seconds to spare. He crosses the line. We'll go on board now with him as he makes his way through the first corner now. The pressure is all on Matic to try and beat Harry. He has to do it. Harry is done. His qualifying is over. He will not be improving on an 11.6. So now it all comes down to Matic. What can he do as he makes his way through the first sector? No mistakes from him. As we got an Alpine again in the wall there, taking away some of the advertisement boarding as well. And he's up by nearly a 10th. He's not purple, but it's still good enough to get him at least ahead of Jimmy. But now he's got time to find here. Oh, he doesn't run wide this time though, so no invalidation so far. As Matic, he needs to get a brilliant lap time here. Oh, a little bit of a slide there as well. That's not going to help him at all with the lap time. Oh, Dan Super beats Harry by about a 10th and a bit. So great lap time from Dan Super. Matic is up a 10th and a half. is it going to be enough to beat Harry? He needs to find another half a tenth or so as he makes his way through the final sector now. This is being a great qualifying in the end. 5th gear now through the final corner. He needs a good qualifying. The rest of the drivers are done. Has he done it? Is he going to be enough for pole position? Is it going to be enough for P2? Across the line now, Matic crossing the line. Oh, it's P2 by less than a tenth in it between him and Dan Super. Kukamalakis as well, not finding what's needed for the lap time. And then we've got Dan Super on pole position at Zandvoort, which is crucial because it's not easy to make overtakes here. Dan Super, he needed a little bit of luck, and he's got that luck, but also, more importantly, he's got that skill. Pole position for Dan Super then. Right then, the final qualifying order. We've got Dan Super on his second F1WL pole position, and just a tenth behind him is the Croatian Matic in P2. And then P3, we've got Harry, Jimmy in P4. He was looking so strong at the start of qualifying. Luigi Sven, good qualifier, good race driver. Luigi Sven P5. Manx Joy P6, the tier 4 driver. Mikhail P7, expected a little bit better. And High Caliber P8, Iron Law Gamer is P9, and rounding off the top 10, we've got Kukamalakis in the Alpine. We've got Danny Boy in P11, Neon Cat P12 after a DNF, Possuman P13, and ST Nokri not setting a lap time. Did he have a qualifying ban? Let's have a quick look. He did, and he served it. So we'll delete that. Fair enough to ST Nokri. He's got to serve a qualifying ban, and probably the worst track to do so. Zandvoort, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people will spin in front. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting as we go to the 5 red lights very, very shortly. I might have disconnected, so I don't know what's going on, actually. Let me have a look. Have I disconnected, or is it them? I mean, we've got a couple of drivers who are lined up now. Let's have a look at Matic to see if he does any un-AI-like things. And there we go, that is very un-AI-like. So I've not disconnected. It is, unfortunately, Dan Super has disconnected. Oh dear, so his pole position could be going in the bin. Let's have a look. Oh, ST Nokri's left as well. I think a lot of people are finding it difficult to stay in the server. We'll go, what tyres are people on? There's a couple of softs runners in there. We've got Jimmy on the softs. We've got Mikhail as well on the softs, trying to make some early positions. And then we've got ST Nokri who's disconnected. A lot of people are disconnecting for some reason. it's a restart. So okay, yeah, it's a restart. So apologies for the wait, guys. That is not our intention, of course, but this game is quite dodgy. So yeah, apologies for that. We'll have a look at the virtual showroom, and we'll have a look at the car, which is lining up on pole position. This is Dan Super's car, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely whip. Let's find the car that is P2. Matic, here he is. And the Haas. Lovely. Let's have more info on the Mercedes. There you go. On my mind. Whilst we wait for an invite, I'm going to give you a little track tour. I'll go in the car that is starting on pole. Actually, no, I'll go Red Bull. Sorry. We'll wait, and I'll show you this beautiful track. Do I leak the Red Bull setup? No. Just go straight to the track. Whoa, look at this. Beautiful track. I've never played with no assists on controller before, so here we go. So this is the final corner. Like I said, very nice. This is the bank corner. Yeah, completely flat out, like I said. Then we've got going into the first corner then. Difficult corner. Look at that, it's banked as well, and I can't drive on controller. Oh, see, that's the curbs I'm talking about. That is the curbs, but I believe the session is underway again, so. There we go, that's my personal best, a 10.2. So I think they were like about 1.4 seconds off. So in the end, not that bad. We take those, guys, we take those. Here we are then. We're back in the lobby as we set up as we were. People are calling Dan Super's lap magical, which it was. All props go to him because that was a great lap to go ahead of Matic by a tenth of a second in the end. But it was a really close qualifying from everybody. We saw some really good laps. We saw some really close gaps as well. And in the end, only one person under-delivered, and that is Mikhail, because he's bad. Oh, I've got Finn Beadle in the chat as well. Wow. 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 I've got bad, bro. What is this? Mod view. Oh, what am I doing? Hair. Chat highlight settings. Turn on shield mode. No. What can I do with my channel points? I can suggest a poll. Who's the GOAT? Chewy or Toastman? On the go, guys. How do I make a poll? I just can't take my word for it. Shui's the GOAT. Toastman's washed. Mate, this is taking quite a bit longer than I expected. Dance Super win or no? No, yeah, Dance Super win. Nah, my actual prediction. I'm sorry, Dance Super. I'm not taking your pole position away from you. It was a brilliant lap. I'm predicting Matic to win the race. No, actually no. I'm predicting Harry to win the race. And I think Matic will be P2. And I think Mikhail's going to be P3. That's what I think. My money is on Shui. Yeah, I'm winning this race. I'm winning the tier 3 race. I'm washed. I'm tier 3. I put your money on me as well. I'm a reliable option to go for when it comes to tier 3 races. So yeah, I'm winning this race. And then it's going to be my mate Kulka Malakis is going to be P2. And ST Nokri is going to be P3 from last. I promise you. Yes, Finn Beadle saying that I'm the GOAT. There we go. Toast is washed. Hopefully he got the grid right. Imagine Dance Super starts last after his brilliant pole position. That'd be quite funny. But then we'd have to restart again, and I don't fancy doing that. Here we go then. Waiting just for Danny Boy to load in. There we go, we're done. And now we wait. Don't forget your setups. Let me type that in the tier 3 chat. Someone will have definitely forgotten the setup. Right, 15 seconds until we finally get the formation lap underway. We've wasted countless minutes, and by that I mean 10 minutes, which is more than enough, on just getting the lobby sorted for the race. So it's taking a little bit longer, but here we are. On the very right, okay, there we go. Oh, we get a angle for the race start in a minute. Let's change this to what tyres are people running. Here we go. Right. Looking at it, Mikhail starting on softs once again. Manxjoy also, again, starting on softs. Jimmy this time starting on softs. Postman and SC Nokri also on softs. So, we're going to remove the track map because it's annoying. We're also going to remove this for now. We're gonna make it a proper, like a proper F1 looking element. I don't know how it's said. Sorry. Oh, here we go. Possible pit stop strategies. A one stop is looking the most viable. A medium to hard. Then we've got soft, medium. I think it said. So yeah, we've got a lot of different strategies that we could possibly go for. All the drivers trying to warm up their tyres as effectively as possible. So there we go. So a little bit of a mix of strategies, which is always lovely to see. There we go, we've got it again. Soft, medium, medium. Nobody's doing that. Alright, I'm telling you right now, nobody's going to do a soft, medium, medium. Everybody's doing a one-stop, even the soft runners. But yeah, the nerves are starting to kick in, I reckon, for Matic, for Harry, and most definitely for Dance Super, who starts for the second time ever on pole position. Brilliant pole position lap. Oh my God, Matic has just had an absolute spasm, and he's gone for the overtake on the formation lap. Brilliant move. What the hell, man? Brilliant move. Here we go then. Oh, look at that shot. All the drivers trying to get the last little bit of temperature in. The two Williams starting at the back. A little bit like in real life. Sorry, Williams. I love you, Williams. I love you, man. Here we go then. Dance. Who's been disqualified? Dance Super's been disqualified. This gives Matic a brilliant chance, and we're going to get a terrible shot for the lights. But anyway, here we go then. The lights are just about to turn on. The lights are on. We've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go then. Matic doesn't get a great start. He loses out to Dan Super. Harry might try to swing one round the outside. Oh my God, we've nearly got contact as we head into turn 1. Oh, there is contact, and Iron Lord Game has been spun round, and so is Danny Boy. And now as they make their way through, Jimmy's made up a position. He's on the softs, of course, so he will be making up positions on the start as he goes round the outside of Matic, and massive contact. Matic is in the wall. And so is Jimmy. That is good. Oh, and there's more damage, and that's a massive con. That's a massive incident. What is going on here? What is going on here? There's absolute carnage as we see Aston Martin diving into the gravel. Matic surely has wing damage as he's dropped down to P4. Mikhail's up to P3. Dan Super holds the lead, and we've got Jimmy all the way down in P10. There's absolute havoc at the start. Well, look at the position changes. And yeah, Mikhail probably the best. Oh no, ST Nokri's made a brilliant start. I told you, ST Nokri. I'm just saying. We'll go back to the track map. We'll have that available, and they're all still pretty bunched up apart from Manxjoy, who's made contact at the start. Wow. Okay, Luigi all over the back of Matic now. Surely Matic has some sort of damage. That was a massive amount of contact for the AlphaTauri driver. It looked a little bit like it was Matic's fault. I'm saying that as the Red Bull team owner, but sometimes you've got to put the blame on your driver, and that time I believe it was Matic's fault. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing for Jimmy. Very disappointing as well for Matic, I'm sure. But now he has to keep his head down and stay focused on the 35 lap race ahead of him. Oh, Dan Super's binned it. No, Dan Super has binned it from pole position. It lasted about 2 corners. And now Mikhail is staring down the back of Harry looking for a race win. Now this is going to get spicy. Luigi all over the back of Matic. Matic definitely has some sort of damage. He's draining as well, is Luigi. As Matic, yeah, he just has a ton of understeer. You can tell as Luigi is trying so hard to make a move. He's only 2 and a bit tenths back, and he will have drained a lot of ERS to get here. Is he going to turn on the overtake button again? No, but neither is Matic actually. But now he turns it on. Now he's draining, and he wants to get past the stricken AlphaTauri as best as he can. As Mikhail's also getting pretty close. So yeah, DRS enabled now. It's going to make the moves a lot easier. Neon Cap boxes then. Maybe a little bit of damage for him. But High Caliber also making a good start. And so is ST Nokri, who's not failed to disappoint. As we've got a spinner, and I believe that is Kulkamalakis, who's gone round. ST Nokri making up 9 positions. He's definitely a contender for driver of the day if he can keep this up. But he's got a little bit of a gap ahead of him to get to the next car. Look how close Luigi is to the back of Matic. They're both quick. Oh, and there we go. That's the mistake that Luigi was looking for. Oh, and Matic just tries to turn in a little bit early there. And now he's going to fight the position very hard, actually. Luigi gives him all the room on the inside. And finally, he makes the move. Matic now has the DRS, and he's going to lunge one up the inside, surely into the chicane. He puts his nose up in the inside, and oh, nearly contact again. And Luigi could get switched back here, but no, he's forced onto the curb, and that is not the place to be if you're looking to make a move. Now, we'll look at Mikhail. Is he going to be able to make a move on the championship leader? This would be a good statement from the Mercedes driver. Can't quite make his way past Harry, but we've still got a long way to go. Ironor Gamer now trying to make a move on Possuman. Can he make the move up into P8? No, he has a half-hearted dive, and it has put off Possuman on a different line, but no, can't make the move just yet. We wait to see what Mikhail can do on Harry. Goes a little bit wide though. That's not going to do his tyres any favours, especially not in the early stages of this race. And he's on the softs as well, let's not forget that. So he's on the alternate strategy, and he's not on the good strategy, I'll tell you that. He's made it work though. He's up 5 positions, which is what he wanted. But I don't know if he'll be able to go for the race lead. Look, he's already losing heaps of time compared to... Oh, there's a spin somewhere. And it's, I believe, for Neon Cat, who's had a bit of a moment down in the fast right-hander. Could be wrong, though. Yeah, I'm probably wrong, but oh well. Mikhail dropped out of the DRS now. Yeah, he's not having a great time. It was Possuman who spun. ST Nokri now on the back of Matic. Matic really struggling. He definitely has some sort of damage, and he'll probably have to fix it. And he's probably waiting for a safety car, to be fair. So here we go then. ST Nokri will be looking to get away past Matic, and won't find it easy, that's for sure. Matic is a hard fighter when it comes to these type of situations. And ST Nokri will have to keep his wits about him, because Matic is in a championship fight and he can't afford to lose these positions, as Jimmy sets the fastest lap on new medium compounded tyres after coming together with Matic. Yellow flags again. That is for Neon Cat, who's having an absolute poop of a race at the moment. Spinning several times, I believe, and he dropped down to last. So there you go. Red Bull not having a good day, apart from High Caliber, who is doing a pretty good job as well. Right up on the back of the 2 cars ahead. Hopefully not too much scrapping between the 2 Red Bull drivers, but you never know. Neon Cat spins again, causing a lot of yellow flags at the moment. Is Neon Cat must have very warm tyres. Neon Cat is retired on track, so that could be a penalty coming his way. And is there going to be a safety car because of it? Don't think there is, because he didn't actually crash into the wall. He just pressed the retire button, which is illegal. Oh, up the inside. Oh, no, I thought he went up the inside. But Nokri not having the balls to send one. And leaves him vulnerable to High Caliber, who is just 2/10 away from the Williams, as he gets a very good run, actually. Could he make a move down the inside, actually, of the Williams? No, they're burning a lot of ERS to try and stay ahead. Dan Super gets 3 seconds. It goes from bad to worse for the man on pole position. After an earlier spin. Possuman's also retired on track. Will that be a safety car? We doubt it. No, it's not going to be a safety car, thank goodness. But that could be 2 penalties heading towards them. SC Nokri still trying to find a way past Matic, who's struggling tremendously. 3.3 seconds off the back of Mikhail. Luigi now up into P2. But who's on the medium? Yeah, okay. Luigi has made his way past Mikhail, and now we're looking to see if ST Nokri can make his way past Matic. Now we're also looking at High Caliber, because he needs to be making moves just as much as ST Nokri. ST Nokri hinders his line there. This could give the opportunity to High Caliber if he gets a good run. Is he going to get a good run? No, not enough of a good run. As we see someone in the background actually bidding it there at turn 1. And into the pit lane goes Dan Super. So his race is well and truly over. He must have gotten wing damage from earlier contact, and Nokri is under a lot of pressure right now. He's in a Red Bull sandwich. Hopefully the Red Bull drivers work together. Have told them to work together, and that Matic is in a championship fight. But at the moment it's not looking very good, because Harry Harry is fighting with Luigi at the front, whereas Matic is fighting SG Nokri for P5 and P6. So then, can SG Nokri find a way past Matic? No, he can't. Not quite yet. High Caliber, of course, they have to watch out quite a lot here because High Caliber can make moves very quickly if Matic puts SG Nokri in the wrong position. Now, look at High Caliber. He's so close. He's got 98% ERS. He's saving it so well. SG Nokri has only got 11. Now High Caliber's pushing. He's going to go around the outside here. Is High Caliber, is he going to get enough room? No. So he's wasted a little bit of ERS there for nothing. And this is just giving time to Matic, as High Caliber showing some brilliant racecraft to keep himself in the fight here. Is he going to get a good run through here? He is, but not enough to make an overtake. And all this is just putting strain on SG Nokri's ERS, which he's not managing as well as High Caliber is. And dropping out of the DRS nearly is ST Nokri, which could make High Caliber's job a lot easier. But oh, he's just made a massive mistake. So yeah, the pack a little bit more spread out. We look to the front now to Luigi Sven, who is closing up to the DRS of Harry. Imagine we get a Luigi Sven win. That would absolutely erupt the server. It's going to be very close to see if he can get the DRS. I don't think he can. It's going to be very close, actually. I have no idea if he got it or not. Did he get it? He did. Luigi Sven is in the DRS of the championship leader, Harry, in the Haas. ST Nokri going back to this battle. Mikhail is the first to box, but of course he's on the soft compound tyre. Was expected. So now he's got a difficult stint on the hards, I believe. He's going on the mediums. He's going on the two-stop, is Mikhail. He's banking on a safety car, I reckon, which is very viable, especially in Tier 3. Now, High Caliber needs to make moves very, very quickly. Those softs are going to be awful for ST Nokri. And his High Caliber's mediums will be begging for him to get past this Williams. But he's doing a good job defending. But he is forcing ST Nokri out the DRS window of Matic, which is crucial if High Caliber would like to get past the Williams driver. But again, SG Nokri making up massive amount of time through there. But here comes High Caliber. He's going to go around the outside, is he? Brilliant move. He's making the grip stick for him, and he's got the outside, and he's made a brilliant move there at High Caliber. That is absolutely brilliant from the Red Bull driver. He's up into P4. And now we'll be hoping to make his way past Matic very soon, because Matic has got wing damage, I presume. And will be struggling quite a lot. So hopefully High Caliber isn't held up too much, because he's looking good for a podium here, which would be an absolute brilliant performance for High Caliber, who's been struggling, like I said, quite a lot in the last few races. Into the pit lane goes ST Nokri after losing track position to High Caliber. That was to be expected, though. He's on the softs. Let's have a look at what size he goes in for. And as he go in for the mediums, yeah, he's gone in for the mediums as well. So yeah, that's very interesting. But now we look to Luigi Sven and the battle for the P1 in this race. It's been a great battle as of right now. Harry has looked pretty confident, but now Luigi has just picked up the pace out of nowhere, and there is a lapped car there, which could cause some upsets with the DRS. Dan Super sets the fast lap of the race, 1:14.0, but he's only in P10, which is a bit disappointing for the man who had such a promising start to the weekend, taking pole position, of course. But yeah, Luigi Sven, he needs to do something here. He's 4/10 back. Could he make a move? Let's have a look at the ERS usage. He has got quite a bit. Can't see it all, though. And now we'll look at Harry, who's draining quite a lot to stay ahead. And Luigi playing the long game, deciding not to go for a move as of just yet. Luigi Sven has, of course, got some of the best racecraft I've ever seen. He doesn't go for moves. He doesn't have to. But now we look at High Caliber. We will be wanting to get past Matic. How's Matic's ERS situation looking like? Okay, not awful, 50% compared to High Caliber's 98%. The spin for Danny Boy once again. Bit of a stinky weekend. As he was tired, actually. This could cause a safety car. Is it going to cause a safety car? No, luckily not. And his car was ghosted. Thank goodness for that. But yeah, there are so many interesting battles going on at the moment. I don't know where to focus my eyes, because Luigi Sven all over the back of Harry. Is he going to make a move now, actually? Could very well do, but he's not going to dive one up the inside. He might try and make Harry's life a little bit difficult by pretending to make a lunge. What's the situation for High Caliber? Hopefully Matic doesn't hold him up too much. And now we look to Luigi Sven, who hopefully can deliver an absolute masterclass as he goes down the main straight then. Is he draining ERS? Yes, he is. Harry's not. This is going to be a move here for Luigi Sven as he pulls out to the right. Alongside, he goes with the Haas car, makes the move up the inside. Hopefully no tangles. Round the outside sticks Harry, and he's done a brilliant job there, but he is ahead. Luigi Sven takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Now we look at High Caliber, just about can't make a move. Harry sticks it right round the outside, but can't quite make it. And now it's a battle of who has more ERS. Well, look. Luigi's got no ERS compared to Harry, so that makes it very interesting. And now High Caliber also, again, needing to make these moves. There's not really any battles going on ahead. It's just these two little battles going on at the moment. And this is just sucking in Mikhail as well, who's doing a very silent but sneaky stint on those mediums, and he's going to approach his first car in a minute as well. Kulkumalakis made up 4 positions so far in this Grand Prix. Not too shabby from him, after having a pretty poor start, I believe. Look, Harry's getting slightly dropped here by Luigi. Luigi has absolutely insane pace, it seems, this weekend, and so does High Caliber. There's a time where he has to use his 99% ERS that he's got, and I reckon he could use it right here. He's got a brilliant run. He's going to drain it all. No, Matic is not draining it all. Matic is going defensive, though. Is he draining it now? Yes, he is. He's making it very difficult. The two Red Bull drivers are about to have a scrap here as High Caliber sends one around the outside. Can't quite make the move stick. Is he going to go for the switchback? No, he's not. Matic, not very eager to... Oh, Matic, what are you doing, man? So yeah, there's a little bit of inter-team beef here. Not helping the team at all is Matic. He seems to be very stubborn towards his championship hope, which fair enough, but sometimes the team's performance comes ahead, and this is one of these moments. High Caliber looks very, very pacey at the moment, and Matic is making it incredibly difficult for High Caliber to get past. So yeah, we love racing, but from a team's perspective, and definitely perspective from the Red Bull team owner, and this is not something you like to see. But we'll look now to see if High Caliber can make the move here. He needs a good exit, which he doesn't really get. Neon Cat leaves the session after spectating it for a little bit, and not into the pit lane comes Matic. They're going to go side by side into turn 1 then. Who's going to come out on top here? High Caliber surely just has to make a move 1 point. Oh, they get very close to the back of each other. This is just getting ridiculous now. Look, this has sucked in our Iron Law gamer, who is now part of this little battle. So yeah, the 3 Red Bull cars are getting feisty with each other. This is absolutely ridiculous, and we're seeing some brilliant battles. But I am shaken. Not really. I'm just a little bit nervous. I hope they do not come together, because in Austria we saw the 2 AlphaTauris come together, causing them both to spin, which was absolutely devastating to watch. But not really too many battles going on elsewhere. Mikhail is still cruising up to the back of Kulkumalakis, but not making too many inroads. 3/10 over the last 3 laps. Expected a little bit better maybe from the Mercedes driver. Luigi is kind of cruising out into the background. Oh, this is what I mean. Very close. And Iron Law Gamer is now right up the back of High Caliber. This is the type of inter-team scrapping that you do not like to see. If High Caliber had turned in, then I think Matic probably would have spun. So not something you want to see there. But it is important that these 2 cars help each other instead of hindering each other. But look at Iron Law now, getting all over the back of High Caliber now. Now, who is the fastest car in this train? We don't know. It could be High Caliber or it could be Iron Law, but it's definitely not Matic. Putting them up a treat at the moment. Matic finding it very difficult to keep the cars behind in front. He's doing so legally as well, but not in the most obvious way possible, I'd say. I don't know how to put that, but yeah, A little bit of a breather now, because commentating on my own can actually be quite exhausting, believe it or not. And we're not even halfway into the race. So, but yeah, High Caliber. Look again how close he's getting. Oh, a bit of a slide as well. This is going to open the door for Iron Lord Gamer. He's going to go for the... There's going to be so much scrapping. High Caliber wants to defend, of course. He's been hindered by the AlphaTauri, and they go side by side through here. This is not helping at all. As they go side by side, the Red Bull and the AlphaTauri onto the curb. He is pushed, and now Harry's the first to dive into the pit lane on the medium compound tyre. This is brilliant racing from the Red Bull drivers, and they're putting on a show for us here when nobody else really is. Mikhail's finally in the DRS of Kukamalakis, but Arnold Gamer is going to be able to make a move. No, he's not. We'll have a look at Mikhail now. Is he going to come out ahead of Harry? No, not even close. So Mikhail, has not had a good stint whatsoever. And Harry has had a pretty good stint, and he's only 5 seconds off the back of Ironlaw. So yeah, this scrapping is really not helping. But a safety car now would be pretty ideal for these 4 cars in the lead. Yeah, Mikhail driving a pretty composed race at the moment. He needs to make his way past Kukamalakis. I believe he's holding him up quite heavily, and Kukamalakis making a lot of mistakes here. And now High Caliber is really close up the back of Matic. We're going to watch this now, because this is very important for the race lead and the championship. Not for the race lead, sorry, for the podium positions. High Caliber surely is going to make his way past Matic this time round. He's so close. Is Matic going to pull into the pit lane? Yes, he is. Matic pulls into the pit lane. This finally releases High Caliber, who could have probably triggered the undercut, but decided not to. We'll have a look if Matic is fixing his front wing. No, so there was just a lack of pace, apparently. Matic comes back out again. Mikhail's going to jump him. Is ST Nokri going to jump him as well? That's the big question, of course. Going through the first corner now. It's going to be very close, actually. It's going to be very, very close. Is Matic going to come out ahead? No, he's just going to come out behind ST Nokri. But ST Nokri, of course, is on a 2-stop. Dan Super 5 seconds as he speeds into the pit lane. Not ideal. Makes his race go from bad to worse, which is unfortunate for him. But back to the leading pack. Mikhail's not had to make his way past Kukamalakis, because Kukamalakis has decided it's time to come in for a new set of tyres. He's gone on to a set of hards, and we're going to the end on those tyres. Matic also on a set of hards, will also be going to the end. And now we can expect a couple of cars to pull it into the pit lane. Luigi's Fence stays out for another lap, hoping for maybe for a safety car or something of the sort. We're going to have both... No, we're going to have just High Caliber jumping into the pit lane. Ironlaw now going to try to trigger the overcut. We'll see what he can make of this. He's a little bit low on ERS, of course, but it regens a little bit into when in the pit lane. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of pace in these 2 guys, and they've been hindered quite a lot by Matic. It's going to be interesting to see if High Caliber can get out ahead of Matic. He's going to come out behind ST Nokri, and he's going to come out ahead of Matic, but on very cold tyres. So we'll look on board with Matic now, as he's going to close up significantly to the back of High Caliber. High Caliber will be crawling around the first half of the lap, and Matic is going to get his elbows out here, surely, to get past the High Caliber. The overcut has worked to an extent, and we're going to see now if that overcut can be used well by making an overtake. Mankshaw gets 5-second time penalty. Matic hasn't really been able to capitalise on this overcut. He's made up a little bit of time, but he's lost the position in the end. So, yeah, and the cold tyres haven't really made such a big effect for Matic. They're both on similar-ish levels of ERS, but yeah, Jimmy now also getting pretty involved in this little battle here. This could definitely make it interesting. He's on the quicker tyre as well. As Ironlaw Gamer pits, Harry now takes P2, and Luigi is still out there. So, are we going to see Jimmy take the position here from Matic? This could be very interesting. Matic just being forced to defend here, and he pulls out slightly on the Aston Martin driver. Is he going to lunge one up the inside? Whoa, has a half look. but can't quite make the position. R10 Gamer now, where does he come out? He comes out and he completely overcut, both cars. So High Caliber will be looking to try and get back into the DRS of R10 Gamer after being ahead of him actually by about 7/10, and now he's behind him by 7/10. So yeah, that's quite a shock, but he's gonna lose a lot of time through here. Is R10 with those cold tires. It's absolutely excruciating when you're actually in the car to be driving with these tires. It feels genuinely so terrible. But F1WL also putting in a great stint at the moment in P4, gained 10 positions, started last actually. Here comes High Caliber. Is he going to be able to make a move on R10? No, it doesn't seem to be the case. We'll see now. Luigi Sven has continued for another lap. He's going, well, what? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what strategy he's trying. But oh, look at this. Jimmy and Matic are getting very close. Oh, what a switchback from Jimmy. That is the greatest move I think we've seen so far this race. That was a brilliant move. Completely sent Matic to the shops and he boxes. So, yeah, that ruins it a little bit. But, oh, he gets to 5 seconds as well. That's not ideal for him at all. But we continue to look now to High Caliber because he will be loving a top 5 finish if he can get it. Top 4, actually, because F1WL will be coming into the pit lane once more. Oh, he's right up the back of R10 Gamer. Is he going to be able to make a move? No, he's not. Definitely not a place to usually go for a move here. With just 16.5 laps to go. We'll look now to Luigi Sven. Surely he's going to enter the pit lane. Luigi Sven boxes finally then. And now we look to see what tyres he goes on. This could be very interesting then. A pair of softs. What is he doing? Luigi, mate. What are you doing? Softs. They're not making it. Oh, Luigi. Oh, Luigi, what are you doing? You've gone soft. You've gone soft, my friend. Oh, dear. Well, he's going to come out ahead of Harry at least, but he's going to get a puncture by the end. For sure. We'll go back to the battle then. Matic and High Caliber chasing down the teammate, which is R10 Gamer. It's quite funny because Matic used to be leading this pack, now he's at the back, and R10 used to be at the back of the pack, and now he's leading the pack. Oh wow, High Caliber getting really close up the back of R10 Gamer. But yeah, I think Luigi's had an absolute stinker of a strategy. I don't know why you go softs. They last about 10 laps tops, I think. Maybe like 11 laps, and we've still got 15.5 laps to go, which is really long for a set of softs. And that is something you see on a medium set, not really a soft set. So it's going to be very interesting. We're going to keep our eyes on Luigi Sven and his interesting strategy call. A medium soft strategy is absolutely unheard of in this era of F1 cars. But, you know, we'll see. I mean, he's stretching the gap to Harry significantly, and hopefully, maybe he's trying to make a gap so that he can box onto another set of softs, grab the fastest lap, and then chase down Harry and win the race and get fastest lap with it. So, I mean, if that works out for him, brilliant stuff from him. But I fear it may not work out for him. Matic's title hopes will surely be slipping away a little bit here. He needs to have less incidents in races if he really wants to make a dent in Harry's championship fight. Harry's going to make a little bit more of an advantage as well because the points for Belgium haven't quite been added up yet. So we have got like already, I'd say like a 10 point gap, maybe 11 points or something, and it's going to just get worse here. Could go down to just like 20-point difference now to the top for Matic, but there's still hope for Matic. He could try and make his way past the Red Bull drivers. If it stays like this, hold on. So yeah, there may be a little bit of team orders from Red Bull. Depends how they depends what the situation looks like. But R10 Gamer, Mikhail is now into the box for another set of mediums. So there we go. That's his 2-stop in action. Mikhail drops down pretty massively, and SC Nokri is also going to be on the 2-stop. So they're fighting for podium positions here, and Harry could potentially be fighting for P2. So it might not be lost for Matic if he finishes P3 if the team orders at Red Bull, and SC Nokri boxes, and Harry finishes P2. Then there's only going to be a 3-point gain. So there's still hope for Matic, and he's in a decent position-ish. And Iron Lord Gamer will be trying to look to get past SC Nokri, who may try and cause some upsets on those tyres. He's definitely not going to be able to take them to the end, that's for sure. But will he be able to hold them up significantly so that he can have a brilliant stint come the end of the race? We'll have to wait and see. Closest car behind them is Mikhail, which is 13 seconds off the back of them. So SC Nokri is probably going to pull into the pits any time now. My God, it is really exhausting commentating just in your own. SC Nokri doesn't come into the pit lane then. A couple more laps to go. The 10-second mark has been broken for Luigi and Harry, but I doubt those softs go anywhere near or anywhere close to the end. He's going to have to do mega tyre saving if he even wants to reach lap 33, I'd say. So very risky stuff from Luigi. He had it in the bag. He could have just boxed for hards like everybody else, and he would have won this race easily. But we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be very, very close. That is for sure. If he boxes now, he finishes P2, so not the end of the world. But he had the P1 in the bag, realistically. So Ironlaw is very close on the back of SC Nokri now. A little bit of a slide through there. Not going to gain him any time, that's for sure. And yeah, now he's very close on the back of SC Nokri, who will be coming into the pit lane again very shortly. Mikhail is slowly chipping away though, about a second a lap at the moment. So that's not terrible at all. High Caliber is very close now on the back of Ironlaw Gamer. When is he going to pull the trigger? When is he just going to burn that ERS to try and get past the Alpha Tauri? He's going to do it now, but he's not going to be able to make a move. Ironlaw mirrored his actions and also deployed some of that ERS, which he's going to harvest back. Look how close these drivers are, all within 0.6 of a second, and then just 0.8 behind that is another car. So, very close here. Look at High Caliber. He's right up the rear end of Ironlaw Gamer, not being able to make a move though. But yeah, there's going to be a very spicy end to this race. Elbows out, I reckon, cut in the final few laps, which is coming in just like 15 or 16 minutes time. We will be on the final lap, which should give us enough time to broadcast Tier 2 as well, if we've got a Tier 2 stream. Let me have a look. Do we even have a Tier 2 host? That's the question. Anyway, sorry, I got a little bit distracted now. Ironlaw is going around the outside. He's going to give it a go around the outside of SC Nokri. He can't quite make the move, and High Caliber is lurking in the background to try and pounce upon any mistake from either driver. Can't quite make the move. He's going to take the higher line here to try and get a better exit, try and maybe get a move done down this straight, but that is quite frankly unheard of in the world of motorsport, and especially in the world of Zandvoort. He's very close though, up the back, and then they're separated by 0.3. These gaps are not to be joked about, and it's so nerve-wracking if you're Ironlaw Gamer, because you've got cars right in front of you, you've got cars right behind you as well. Manxtor retires. This could be a safety car. Is it going to be a safety car? No, it's not. We haven't had a safety car yet, which is quite impressive. Oh my God, here we go then. A move. Up the inside goes Ironlaw Gamer. SC Nokri makes a brilliant defensive move and swings it around the outside, keeps the position, and this is all so close. This battle is turning out to be a brilliant little scrap between four drivers, four incredibly talented drivers, let it be said. And now Ironlaw Gamer surely is going to try and make a move up the inside. He's going to go down the inside, then Ironlow Gamer. Oh, it's going to be very close. There's contact. There's definitely contact. They come together. Nobody spins, luckily. And Ironlow has finally been able to make the move. Oh, no, into the ground where they both go. Ironlow is in the wall. Oh, and so is ST Nokri. Is absolute carnage. Absolute carnage as they both get knocked down the order. High Caliber now up into P3. Matic up into P4. Oh, and it's Ironlow Gamer down into P7. Massive amounts of contact. It was going to happen. There were too many sparks. There was too much action. And now the battle for P3 is on between Matic, between High Caliber, and now this is the battle we'll be focusing on. Or Mikhail ST Nokri is also a great battle. But yeah, an unfortunate bit of contact between ST Nokri and Ironlow Gamer. Both sets them both back quite a bit. It's really unfortunate, but that is motorsport, and it can happen. So High Caliber now looking in a brilliant position actually, and this could make him a very exciting prospect, making up 5 positions. Not bad at all. Sorry. Mikhail. Oh, into the pit lane then goes ST Nokri. So I'm going to go upstairs, quickly get a glass of water because I've got the hiccups. Sorry. I'll return, and into the pit lane goes Luigi. So there you go. I've come out. I've come back in the exactly perfect time. Luigi boxes, and I think he's actually going to take the lead. So I think he's actually had a brilliant strategy going from medium, soft to soft. Is he going to come out ahead? It's actually going to be very close. I'm mistaken, actually. It could be very, very close. And Harry takes the lead of the Grand Prix with just 6 laps to go. And Luigi's going to have very cold tyres as well, but he's going to have very fresh softs. So that makes it extremely interesting, this does. And I can't wait to see what the outcome of this Grand Prix is going to be. I doubt Harry can keep Luigi behind, but I'm open to any interesting Grand Prix victories from Harry. I doubt there's going to be team orders at Red Bull as well. High Caliber will love a podium. He's not going to give up that easily. So, Mikhail up to P5 as well. Not bad from him. But now, look at Luigi. He's already all over the back of Harry. What's the ERS looking like? It's looking better for Luigi. So this is all going to plan for Luigi. And in the wall goes Ironlow Gamer. Unfortunately for him. But Harry gonna have to put on the defense of a lifetime here. Up the inside goes Luigi, and job done after a single lap of Luigi Masterclass. He's done a brilliant strategy mediums to softs to another set of softs. He is different gravy. This is Luigi Sven, ladies and gentlemen, up 4 positions, started P5, finishes P1 provisionally, and he's already out the DRS of Harry. So that is absolutely unbelievable. These softs are coming alive for the Mercedes driver. Absolutely brilliant strategy from Luigi. You've got to take your hat off for such a massive... That I would have never thought a medium soft would win this race. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, especially considering we've had no safety cars as well. So traditionally, this is not the best strategy, but he's had the raw pace all race long, and now he's just got to convert it into a race win, which is looking oh so likely. Even if he spins, I reckon he could still win this race. Luigi's Fence smashes the fastest lap time by 0.8 of a second, and he's looking oh so rapid at the moment. No battles really going on at the moment. We've got closest one probably being Arnold Gamer to the back of Kulkumalakis, fighting for P7. We'll have a look at the penalty situation. Jimmy has 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We get a close-up of all the fans for some reason. But yeah, there is not really too many battles going on. ST Nokri, it started off as such a good race for him. Picked the wrong strategy. Had an incident with Arnold Gamer, now he's fighting for P9. Not what he was looking for to start the weekend. And we're going to have a lot of reports, I reckon, for this Grand Prix. As we always do, especially for Tier 3. Tier 3 is absolutely absurd how many tickets we get. But yeah. Couple more laps then is all Luigi has to hold on. 4 seconds is the gap, and it's going to stretch to at least, I'd say he can get like 12-second gap come the end of the race. It's absolutely ridiculous how quick softs can be. I can't speak English. Apologies for that. That was awful English. I kept stuttering there. Don't know what's happened, but. Yeah, not much to commentate on at the moment, unfortunately. We've got a couple of drivers just chilling, to be honest. There's not really many people fighting. Not really much to talk about. We'll talk about the calendar, though. We'll talk about everything that should be coming up in F1WL. So the next round is going to be Monza. And little spoiler, the weather looks dry again, but not for Tier 1 or Tier 4. So we might have a little bit of rain, a little bit of spark for those 2 tiers. After that, we've got Mexico, which should be a fantastic race. It always is. ERS management is crucial around a track like Mexico. And then after that, we've got Brazil, which is a sprint weekend. So make sure to tune in for that. It's going to be a brilliant, brilliant race. 2 races actually, and then we've got the standard. Into the grass goes the ST Nokri, and that's not going to do him any favors as Dan Super spins just as he goes into the grass. So move made, easy move there, brilliant move right around the outside on the grass. So yeah, fantastic stuff there. But Iron Gamer is also now all the way up the back end, up the rear end of Kulkumalakis. Is going to get the DRS this lap. Doesn't look like it. No, he's not. No, he's not. But yeah, then we've got Brazil Sprint Weekend, then Abu Dhabi, of course. So it should be a brilliant rest of the season, and it's always quite intriguing. The end of the season. The end of the season is going to be sick. I can imagine massive elbows out for all the drivers involved in a title battle. Callum, Turbo Man, the Tier 2 Championship is one of the greatest championship fights I think we've seen in F1WL. We're seeing super subs like Martin coming in. He's done a brilliant job. He's got, what is it, he's got a P1 and a P2 for AlphaTauri, really lifting their hopes, helping Callum all the way. So yeah, Tier 2, Turboman, fighting on his own a little bit. Doesn't really have a teammate like Callum to help him about. But yeah, that should be on in around 30 minutes time. 20 minutes time, sorry. No, 30 minutes. Sorry. In 30 minutes time, we will get tier 2 underway, and hopefully we get a stream. I'm really hoping we get a stream. I'd love to stream it, but unfortunately I can't because I'm promised to watch a movie with my mum. So yeah. Maybe the week after I can stream tier 2. We'll see. But anyway, the focus now is on tier 3, which has got R10 Gamer really looking up the back of Malakis. He needs to make a move if he wants to try and get P7, or potentially even P6 if they close up 6.5 tenths to the back of Jimmy in the Aston Martin in P6, which is 5.6 seconds ahead of them. But yeah, Luigi looking very comfortable as he starts the final lap of the race for Luigi Sven. He's done a brilliant race so far. 8-second gap to Harry. Soft tyres kind of fallen off, but it's not going to matter. Harry's not going to gain 7.6 seconds. Let's not be absurd. Luigi Sven, there's no doubt he's driven a brilliant race so far. And he will end it on a very high note. Luigi Sven has, let's have a look at the race results from Tier 3 last week. Luigi Sven actually came P2 last week, and so now he's going to one-up it. R10 Game is not able to make a move. We're going to watch Luigi Sven on board though, as he makes his way through the final sector for the final time. It's lap 36 out of 36. It's Luigi Sven, the Mercedes, finishing P2 last week. Not enough to get the race win. Here he comes though. It's Luigi Sven rounding the 2 final corners as we have a little bit of fireworks. Somebody spun. Not sure who it is. But rounding the final corner, here comes Luigi Sven. He's won the Zandvoort Grand Prix. Brilliant drive from the Dutch Grand Prix. Sorry, what am I saying? Harry, though, comes home to take P2, extending his championship lead. And it's High Caliber, who's done something fantastic for his team. He's done a brilliant job. He's going to finish P3 as High Caliber. And Matic, the man chasing Harry down, finishes P4. Mikhail out of fuel. That is what's going on. Mikhail has ran out of fuel and it's going to be very close with him and R10 at the line, but I think he's actually gonna take the win, take home P5 there. R10 in the end P6, ST Nokri P7. It's Jimmy in P9 in the end, and Dan Super after what could have been for him pole position, but unfortunately too many mistakes, too many penalties, and he's going to be P10 in the race. That was that then. That was the Dutch Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed it for Tier 3. Here we go then, the podium celebration. It's Luigi Sven, who we have on our screen right now. He's taken the win here in Zandvoort, and he's done a brilliant job with the 2-stop strategy. There we go, he lifts the trophy. An Italian winning on Dutch soil. You wouldn't want to see it in the real F1 season, but it's happened in the game. And here we go, spraying the champagne on his team and on the other drivers. It's Luigi Sven on top. It's Harry with a solid P2 once again, and it's High Caliber with a very, very strong P3 for him. And we can be very happy about Tier 3's performance. Then let's have a look at the final grid order. Then, as we know, Luigi Sven takes P1 with the fastest lap. Brilliant race, from Luigi. It's Harry who takes P2. High Caliber rounding off the podium in P3 for Red Bull, making up 5 positions. It's Matic in P4, Mikhail P5, running out of fuel in the end. R10 Gamer P6, ST Nokri, good recovery drive, up into P7. It's Malakis in P8, Jimmy also running out of fuel in P9, and with Dan Super, our pole sitter, in P10. The rest all DNF'd. yeah, nobody else. Neon Cat, Postman, Danny Boy, Manx Joy. Unfortunately, DNF. So everybody who raced and finished got points. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.